Hello everyone, we are the Group 2 and our topic is all about the rise of Filipino nationalism. When we say nationalism, it talks about the love of a country. So here are the following factors. Number 1, racial prejudice. Ito ay ang pagtrato ng mga Kastila sa mga Pilipino. According to Collins Dictionary, racial described thing relating to people's race, and prejudice is unreasonable dislike of a particular group of people as preference from one group of people over another. The Spaniard commonly regarded the Filipino natives as belonging to the inferior race. When we say inferior race, according to Universal Dictionary, inferior race is lower in value, rank, position, or status. Because Filipinos are brown-skinned, they are thought of something inferior. They are not given power or opportunity because Spanish people, when they come into the Philippines, they thought Filipinos are stupid and Indios, or what we called mayabang. They are treated without equal opportunity, and they are being asked to work through forced labor. They are not allowed to lead their people. Example is, number 1, according to Bartolome M., one of our example of racial discrimination is the Negritos or the black people who possess minimal or zero rights and works as laborers. Number 2, according to Constantino R., social hierarchy, Spaniards occupied the highest social classes, relegating Filipinos to lower roles in society, so this system legitimized discrimination. Number 3 is labor exploitation. According to Avancilio, Filipinos were often forced labor receiving minimal pay and harsh treatment.
The second is the influx of liberal ideas. What is influx of liberal ideas? This is the political and moral philosophy based on the rights of the individual, liberty, concept of the government's political equal, right to the prevent property, equal and equally before the law. Based on the influx of liberal ideas, nagbibigay sila ng pagkapantay-pantay ng mga tao o karapatan sa batas. They have a four philosophy, the Mosteque, Rosia, Voltaire, and Jefferson. The first philosopher is the Mosteque, is the first political philosopher advocate the separation of executive, legislative, and judicial power. Mosteque, siya yung nagsasabi na gusto niyang paghiwa-hiwalayin ang tatlo, ang executive, legislative, and judicial. Na napag-usapan naman na natin, ang executive part siya ng president or cabinets. Ang legislative naman is gumagawa ng batas. And judicial, siya naman yung judge and Supreme Court. The next is the Rosean. Yan naman ay naniniwala na that man was born basically good and ideal of the society. The next is the Voltaire. Voltaire was a French ligament writer, philosophy, and philosopher, famous with his attack on the established Catholic Church and the strongly believes that advocate of freedom of religion. Voltaire had a freedom of expression and separation of church and state. Jefferson is the strongly held, maniniwala daw siya na every American shall I have the right to prevent the government spying on the liberties. The Suez Canal is the man-made waterway connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Red Sea. It is the crucial passage for global trade and transportation, and it allowed ships to avoid traveling around the entire American continent. The Suez Canal naman is a remarkable feat of engineering and the vital artery of global trade. Its importance has only grown over time, making it a crucial element of the global economy. Ang Suez Canal is ginawa para sa waterway or daanan ng tubig para sa dalawang namamagitan dito.
Number 3.
The secularization of the church in the Philippines refers to a historical process where control of powers transition from regular clergy to secular clergy. This shift, driven by complex interplay of religious, political, and social factors, had significant application for the church's structure, the role of Filipinos in the clergy, and ultimately the development of national identity.
When we say secularization movement, it refers to the process of reducing the influence of religious institutions, beliefs, and practices in various aspects of society, such as government, education, and culture. It advocates for the separation of religion from public affairs and governance, promoting a more secular framework. Ito ay isang kilusang naganap noong panahon ng kolonyalismong Espanyol sa Pilipinas na naglalayong ibigay ang pamamahala ng mga parokya sa mga paring sekular o mga Pilipino sa halip na mga Trileng Castilla. There are two kinds of priests that serve the Catholic Church in the Philippines, which are regular and secular priests. Regular priest is a member of a religious order congregation within the Catholic Church who has taken vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. The term regular comes from the Latin word regula, meaning rule, referring to the rule of our constitution followed by members of religious orders such as the Franciscans, Dominicians, or Jesus. Sila ay karaniwang nakatalaga sa mga monasteryo o kumbento at maaaring magtrabaho sa iba't ibang misyon, kasama na ang edukasyon, pamamahala ng mga parokya at iba pang mga gawaing pastoral. A secular priest, also known as a Jesuitian priest, is a Catholic priest who is not a member of religious order but works under authority of bishop, in particular diocese of Legion. Unlike regular priests, secular priests do not take the vow of poverty and live in the word, hence secular from the Latin saeculum meaning world. Isang pari na hindi kasapi na ang anumang relihiyosong order o kung kongregasyon at hindi sumusunod sa mga panata ng isang regular na pari tulad ng kahirapan at pamumuhay sa loob ng isang relihiyosong community.
Number 4.
According to Constantino Renato 1975, the Philippines are revisited, and Agoncillo Teodoro, a 1990 History of the Filipino People. The polo or first labor system can be illustrated through the experience of a rural community in the province of Cavite. During the Spanish colonial period, in this community, many able-bodied males were drafted to work on the constructions of a new church and the repair of local roads. So during this period, the men were required to leave their families and farms the extended durations, often a leading significant. The polo system mandated that these laborers work for up to 40 days each year, but due to ongoing demands and insufficient compensation, many found themselves laboring longer than stipulated. The promised daily wage of 1/4 real along with rice was often delivered as expected, leading to economic hardships for the families of the polistas, as these men were taken away the crucial agricultural times. So the community faced reduced crop yields and consequently food shortage in this case of the Cavite. So many men became disillusioned of the with the polo system, and some chose to flee the mountains to escape or the laborers draft. This not only diminished the male populations available for agricultural work, but also strained the social fabric of the community as families struggle to cope with the absence of their primary laborers. So the hardship of association with the polo system contributed to growing resentment against Spanish rule, ultimately fueling resistance movement across to the Philippines.
And number 5.
Cavite Mutiny noong 1872 ay isang mahalagang pangyayari sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas na nagbigay daan sa pag-usbong ng kilusang naghahangad ng kalayaan mula sa mga Kastila. Naganap ang pag-aalsa noong January 20, 1872 kung saan humigit kumulang 200 sundalo at manggagawang Pilipino sa arsenal ng Cavite, Fort San Felipe ang nag-alsa laban sa mga Kastila. Ang dahilan ng pag-aalsa ay ang pagtanggal ng mga pribilehiyo tulad ng exemption na buwis at sa pilitang pagtatrabaho sa kanilang tinatamasa noon. Ang Cavite Mutiny ng 1872 ay may malalim na koneksyon kay Jose Rizal, ang pambansang bayani ng Pilipinas, dahil naging inspirasyon ito sa kanyang pagkilos para sa kalayaan ng bansa at sa kanyang mga sinusulat. Narito ang isa sa mga koneksyon: ang pagkamatay ng Gumbursa. Isa sa pinakamahalagang bunga ng Cavite Mutiny ay ang pagbitay sa 3 pari na sina Padre Mariano Gomez, Padre Jose Burgos at Padre Jacinto Zamora, kilala bilang Gumbursa. Noong February 17, 1872 ang kanilang pagbitay, na ipinilit ng mga Kastila sa pamamagitan ng maling paratang ay labis na nakaapekto kay Rizal. Sa katunayan, itinuring niyang martir ang tatlong pari at ito ay nagtanim ng kanyang damdaming makabayan sa kanya. Sa kanyang nobelang El Filibusterismo, inaalay ni Rizal ang akda sa mga alaala ng Gumbursa na nagpapakita ng kanyang pagkilala sa kanilang sakripisyo.